How are you, everybody? This is part 14 of the Pentagon challenge attempt, and it's finally the year that I'll get to attempt a go at the Asian Champions League, the tournament that will help me get out of Asia. But it's far too soon to be thinking about that. It's a brand new A-League season. We start away from home to our rivals Brisbane Roar, and there's quite a little bit to talk about, whether it be our fixtures from pre-season, the fact that I've taken up an international underage team, and injuries and debacles at the backroom staff and additional things like that. But anyway, we'll just wait for this to process and all. I do believe I have the squad capable of retaining the championship, but whether or not I can challenge for the Asian Champions League is a whole different matter. Melbourne Heart defeated Perth Glory 1-0. Melbourne Victory defeated Wellington Phoenix 1-0. As you can see, I'm gonna sort that out later. Sorry about all this. We got a few players missing through international duty and the like, and injury. Anyway, our pre-season fixtures, there they are, pure and simple. 2-0 against North Star, 2-0 against Bundaberg Spirit, 2-0 against Brisbane Strikers, 2-1 against Bariste City, who ironically seem to rip off the Italian crest, so whatever. 2-0 against Brisbane Olympic, and a lovely 5-0 against Rochdale Rovers. So things are looking good in that respect, but the transfer history, it's a little bit in the disappointing side. Especially if you're a fan of Mate Dugandzic like I was, he's gone to Portugal. Pacos da Ferreira have taken him on board. I had no choice but to let him go on a free transfer. He was not willing to sign, and he was preventing Michael Thwaite from getting a new contract as well, so he just had to leave. He's on reduced wages, but he's in a better league. Seems to be doing okay, so all the best to him. Ivan Ergic is gone, of course. He's looking pretty good as well, but he's on his last year. Brad Ninman, I decided enough was enough. I'll let him go. He's still not really impressing. He's actually been a bit injured. That's okay. I let go some of the youths. Tommy Smith has gone to Torquay, as again there was no space for him. Shame. I like the guy. And then I sent 4 players out on loan to South Melbourne again, and not too much business coming in, which is kind of a good sign. Like, you know your squad is pretty good. Dylan Tombides, we mentioned him last year. I missed out on him because he did a good job in the trial, but now he's here permanently. €700 a week. I like. Shannon Cole is a backup left defender, but he can also play on the right in case Michael Morone suffers an injury. Positions, yeah, they are very handy. He's got ability with either foot. Excuse me, he can play with either foot, and he's pretty cheap as well. Good age, so hopefully we can play him from time to time. Probably the best signing was Matt Mackay from Central Coast Mariners, international Australian midfielder. He's still got the goods. Unfortunately, he's gone on international duty now, so we won't get to capitalise on some of these very tasty stats. Midfield, central, no doubt about it, but if we are suffering really badly, we can play him on the left. And then Danilo Spazojevic, I was very cheeky. I extended the loan deal and put a little clause saying €40,000 can buy out his contract, and just as his loan deal was running out, I decided I'm gonna pay the 40 grand, and he was my player now, so I'm pretty chuffed about that. I basically nicked him from his former club, and he should grow and grow as time goes on. The financial situation, it's just as bad as it is at San Marino, but obviously we have better board, they're richer, and we have better income. but really the fans are very disappointing. They really should start to come in and support the team to the best of their abilities. As for staff, I got plenty of staff in. I released Scott Higgins. He's gone. Whoops. Oh, that's annoying. Staff. Steve Fitzsimons, the assistant manager, is gone. Martin Lang is gone, and Luke Curry is gone. You can just see them there. They're probably worth letting go. And then in exchange, we got Alistair Stevenson from Scotland. Very nice first team coach. Oh, sorry, just wasting time. Frank Dracopoulos is my new assistant manager. He's Australian, which I had plenty of thinking about, but I decided he's got good defending and training stats, and as well the mental is pretty decent, so it was worth going domestic there. New goalkeeping coach is also from the continent, New Zealand, part Australian as well. He's handy enough. Probably shouldn't let go of Scott Higgins, to be honest. That might have been a mistake, but whatever. Carlo Flavio from Brazil is our new fitness coach. Pretty pleased with that. I think he's a fairly young guy. Yeah, no, he's not. Excuse me, 53. But yeah, Chris Coyne is a youth coach for us. He's a recently retired player, and I'm pretty proud of him. Can't wait to see him continue to flourish under our leadership. Ryland Morgans is Welsh, and he's a fitness coach as well, and no, nothing much to say. Pleased with that once more. We got Jorge Maduria. He's our regular coach, the 5th one that we were allowed. I picked him mainly because he can teach the goalkeepers, and he's consistent with every other category as well, so that was what I wanted. And last but not least, I got a Chinese scout, Ni Jing, so we can learn more about Eastern Asia and that kind of area, because we're going to be taking them on in the Champions League, and I think that's a good signing for me. The training looks like this. Yeah, so everything is very nice. At least 3 stars, and the potential to go higher in the future, but for now that's all I need to say about that. You know, I've done a good job, but it's all about maintaining it. The fixture list, you know, we got Brisbane Roar, big rivals first, then Central Coast, Melbourne Heart, Sydney FC, Perth Glory, Adelaide United, Melbourne Victory, Wellington Phoenix, and Newcastle United Jets. Then it resets. The Asian Champions League is wrapping up now. It's in the semi-final stage. The holders, Al Ittihad, are still in it. Their rivals, Al Hilal, are there. Then we got a Iranian team thrashing a Korean team. Never actually heard of these. Must have raised their game. Yeah, they must have. Nice. So we'll want to emulate them and defeat these kind of quality teams from the continent. Yeah, I may as well move on to this. The Singapore under-23s job. If you can recall the very first episode when I pressed apply to all jobs, this was one of them. The Singapore under-23 squad are back in action at the Asian Olympic Games, I'm guessing, or Asian Games as they're known. And we got this group: Japan, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates. I just decided, sure, they're not a good team, if I'm honest. Like, a lot of weak players compared to what I have at Gold Coast. But I just thought, why not add a little bit of flavour, add a bit of something unique to the Pentagon challenge. It ends after 3 games at least, or that sort of way, unless I do really well with them. So I just thought, why not? I'd never get to experience it again, and it adds a little bit of international experience to my CV, because I would like to join an international team in the future. The Brunei and Malaysian under-23s also wanted me, but I rejected them in favour of Singapore. I have the Singapore League loaded as well, so it would have been a waste not to use it in some way. Right, what else am I supposed to say? Sorry, it's always I get on a roll and then I forget what I'm going to do. Oh my god. Yeah, so the squad I'm going to choose, Scott Chipperfield and Ante Racic don't fit into the limits of squad registration, so they're not going to be playing very much first team football unless serious injury crises occur, such as Richard Garcia. He's got a hip injury. If you saw the San Marino challenge, I've been getting hip injuries quite often in that as well. It's a real scourge, and that means that Ben Halloran and Aaron Moy have to step up to the plate. Extremely annoying, but it has to be done. So I suppose my squad will be, I'm going to gamble by putting Nick Feely in goal, Morone, Thwaite, where's Thwaite? There he is. Thwaite, Mitchell and Traore at the back, Jungslager and Brown. I'm going to put a gamble. I think he's been good in pre-season. James Brown in midfield. Spagnuolo gets to play at the left because of Robbie Rady participating for Ireland. Diego Barcelos, I haven't been too pleased with his pre-season. He hasn't scored any goals, but I still think he's too quality. We got him back on loan, same deal really, but he hasn't scored for quite a while, but you can't really reject quality like him. On the right hand side, I'm picking Ben Halloran, who really has to stand up and be counted for, because I gambled letting Duganzic and all that go for the benefit of his career. Up front, I suppose Bazojevic, is he fit enough? Yeah, just about. James Holland got a little bit of a niggle, and Albert Yagüe as well, so our strikers are a bit short, so that means I'm going to pick Spazojevic to go up front, Tom Bides on the bench, and Moy on the bench, and Jackson Irvine's not fit. Shannon Cole, I may as well put Shannon Cole on the bench, let him have a debut. So that will be my first team 11 for my first game. And because the A-League is no longer the most important tournament in my season, I'm going to wait until the new Asian Champions League campaign starts, roughly in March or something like that. I think that's when it starts. So it's going to be a long update, unless something crops up that's worth talking about. The Champions League. Let's go to last season. No, this season still counts. Current season, group stage, all matches. Sorry. Let's just pick Group F, for example. So February, yeah, this was Adelaide United's group, so we won't really need to update until February time. I don't plan to make any transfers unless something else occurs. So oh, excuse me. So the Champions League, we'll have a look at when the draw for the groups are made. We'll have a look at that, summarize how our title defense is going. It's going to be quite progressed. It's going to be I'm short on words today again. It's going to be very much developed when I come back, because it is a very short league season compared to other leagues. And what else? The Singapore, you'll talk about that as well, but as I say, I'm just going to do these 3 games in November for the crack, and then probably retire, because I have the option here, actions, resign from Singapore. I can do that, no problemo, and see how Singapore's youth talents can impress against the might of Japan and the United Arab Emirates, for example. I have the squad announcement coming up very soon, but anyway, this should be enough to satisfy your needs and my needs for part 14 of the Pentagon Challenge. It feels like I've been only talking for 5 minutes, but when I see the time on the clock, it's probably going to be like 15 minutes or something as usual. So thank you for watching, and tune in to the next episode to see how Gold Coast and Singapore are doing in the world. Bye for now. See you.